Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. In this video we are here at Rivo's hub in Poole and we are here for the Driven 24/7 car meet. Let's go and have a look and see what's here. We start off our walk around then at Rivo's hub with a Volkswagen T4 Caravan or motorhome. Auto Trail it says on there. I don't think I've really ever seen one of these. Plenty of transit inspired ones and obviously Volkswagen based campers over the years, but not one that's a full-on motorhome like this one. This one, the latest generation of Renault Clios. It's kind of like a mini Megane. Belongs to SRL Photography, who's here taking photos of all the cars coming in today. And behind it, quite a rare little car, based on the Renault Twingo platform, which in a way does hark back to the Renault Clio Mark II. It's the Renault Wind, which Top Gear once jokingly said something like the Renault Fart. But yes, little Twingo based convertible basically. I like these little things. I like the way how the line goes all the way up and round and down. Creates a sort of more upper class look to the car. Twingo gear stick, and actually it's a fairly standard gear stick amongst Renault group cars. Dacia use them as well. Steering wheel, that's like it's from the Clio. Back to the Clio then. As we mentioned already, this basically looks like a mini Renault Megane. Of course, Renault are trying to mix the models all together somewhat in looks these days, especially with the big Renault diamond badge on the front. I do like these cars. This is an RS line trim, which of course means a little bit sportier in looks than standard Renault Clio. I imagine it means you get larger alloy wheels. That little Clio, not really stripe is it, but door protector down the side there. I imagine maybe get special paints for it. And a lot of things that you maybe wouldn't usually get on the car as standard, you get them on this. You also get a rear diffuser in a contrasting silver.
See you later.
Dramatic. Also here at the meet we have a Fiat 500 1.2 Lounge. This is the exact same spec as the Fiat 500 we've reviewed on the channel already that belongs to my girlfriend. Nice little cars. This one's 2011 reg. It also has a little racing inspired stripe down the side. Very neat addition, of course. Driven 24/7 sticker. I did enjoy my drive in the 500 Lounge that I drove actually. It's good fun. I can see why these cars are massively admired by pretty much everyone who's ever driven one. Coming to the main show area at Rivo's, got a BMW M140i. These things are incredibly powerful. They produce something like 400 horsepower, maybe even more. This one's got painted calipers, massive disc brakes of course. Do you like the centre cap on that? Carbon fibre inspired. Carbon fibre door mirror cap.
Oh yeah, but if I had 140, I'd have bang my 140.
Of course, real surround as well. Looks good. Good looking little car. This is the latest generation Fiesta ST. 1.5 litre engine under there, 3-cylinder. When it's sat in traffic though, it can shut off one cylinder and make it 2 for more economy, which is brilliant in a little performance car like this. This one's got blue and black badging to obviously match the paintwork. Quick look around, sun strip, aftermarket wheels, blue calipers, because why not with a blue car? I like the little blue details on the steering wheel on this actually. And on the seat, the stitching around the gear knob on the gaiter, and a massive spoiler of course. The thing that's brilliant about these cars is although it's gone down in cylinder size compared to the previous generation of Fiesta, previous one obviously being 1.6, this one being 1.5, it still retains the same amount of power. and of course just as much fun to drive. Believe it or not, this is a silver Skoda Octavia in a camouflage wrap. It's an estate. Instagram details there if you want to follow. Have a look down. Paint splattered wheels. I really like these actually. Dice tyre valve cover, cap, and look, wooden roof rack. They've got rid of the rear wiper on this car, however, they have a little Skoda logo in there. See, all these neat little touches are what makes Cars Meets amazing. This Rover Mini City you've seen plenty of times on the channel before, and that's because it's my car. This is the car I brought down to the meet here today. It's actually had a wash. It looks very clean for it. In fact, I actually spent a lot of time trying to clean up the exhaust tip on this. Managed to clean that all up, and it's actually come out really very well. This Lancia Delta HF Integrale was at the last Driven 24/7 meet at Godshill in the New Forest back in August 2020. Got a 2-litre 4-cylinder turbo 16-valve engine. Of course, the Delta most well known for its rallying heritage, where it actually won the rallying championship 6 times on the trot between 1987 and 1992, and I think it got something like 48 wins overall, which is massively impressive. Lancia have always been very good at rallying. The Delta very much continued that. What I love about them is the wide arches that really stick out. Massive crazy spoiler on the back of this one. We didn't really get much of a chance to have a look around it last time, if I remember rightly. It was being surrounded by too many people. Love all the little details in these things. These things are just amazing, they're great cars. Parked up next to the Delta we have a Skoda Fabia 2017 reg. This one's been modified quite a bit. Just have a look at the interior colours. Aftermarket wheels. Team Hayco winds deflectors. I got some of those on my Renault. Clean Mark 3 on Instagram. I like the little graphic there actually. Very nice. Of course, slight diffuser on the back. Not quite sure what model this is. It might be a VRS, or it might just be a heavily modified non-VRS model. I'm not sure. Monte Carlo edition, so no it isn't. BMW E30, this one's got a steering wheel that can actually be removed and is hanging up off a little bar on the roof. There goes Joseph Lloyd in his Rover 45 V6. Warbet style wheels, look at those. Let's have a look, roll cage in the back. Obviously made for competition use, massive spoiler. When I think of BMW, an E30 is the BMW I think of.
I like the L&K one.
Had one light taken out and had an air vent put in place. So extra cooling power for this one. That suggests some serious power, also a pop-off bonnet. Hidden behind the merchandise store for Driven 24/7 is this Chevrolet Silverado. As I said before, when looking at American trucks of any sort at previous shows, these things are massive. Makes a Transit look quite small actually. If we have a look in the interior, one long bench seat, I imagine you can see at least 3 people. Wheels, love the tyre writing, Goodyear of course. Leaf spring suspension though on the back of this one. Tiny bit crusty. But then again, as the saying goes, rust is lighter than carbon fibre. That's a neat little feature just there at the back. A little stove made out of wheel rims. Love those little things. This is the BMW 320i that's owned by Driven 24/7. Automatic car. You can find out all the details about this car through Amber's channel, link down in the description below and probably on the top of the screen as well. The wheels have been fairly recently added to this car. I believe they're genuine BMW of the era, but slightly refurbished, I think, if memory serves correctly. Fun fact actually, one of these BMW 3 Series of this sort of era was the first car I ever rode in when I was a small child. So my dad had one as a company car. He had the diesel version, 1.9 I think he said. So there we go. A little bit of history about me for you there. Next up we have two Abarth 500s. Both of these we've seen before on the channel. Abarth 595, so this is the facelifted 500. You can tell by the lights, that's quite a new sort of feature with having that hollowy area in there. Also a slight change on the front end, different wheels of course. But yes, during 2016 Abarth changed the 500 range, so this was no longer just called the Abarth 500, it was called the Abarth 595, this one being Competizione trim. I think there's a few trims, I think there's about 4 trim levels for the Abarth 595 models. This one of course being a convertible. This one, as I said, we've seen before. This is the Golf Abarth 500. Quite a rare colour. Legends blue. Not many Abarths are in this colour at all. This one's quite heavily modified as well. You see a few more details about this either in an upcoming video or a video that's been made already and is now live on the channel. Not quite sure, it depends what order these things go up. I imagine it's coming soon. Know my schedule. Yes, if you want to see more about this car, there's the guy to follow on Instagram. Next up is this lovely little Lancia Turbo. It's an IE Turbo. Not many of these cars left. Little aerial sticking out the rear wing, modified wheels. I've been told this car's a little bit of a project at the minute, but lovely seats. You can tell it's a project by not having door cars and things like that. Lovely car though. I always have a lot of regard for Lancia cars, of course, like the Delta just behind me, especially the sporty kind. I like the colour contrast on the bonnet prop actually. Up here on the embanking, I guess you can call it, just behind this lovely brick wall, is a Volkswagen K70L. These things are incredibly rare, but clearly rot is a bit of a problem on them. You can see the arches all rusted out on here, down the side of the car, arches on the back, especially crusty. Makes me think actually with my Renault how it would look if you took it all apart, but I dare not think about that sort of thing at the minute. Yeah, an incredibly rare car, this one. This Mercedes SL has just turned up where Joseph Lloyd once was in his Rover 45. Massive subwoofer, just look at that. It's got to provide a lot of bass for this. But again, not a huge amount of space for shopping. Bad mark on the practicality front there. But again, you don't buy a car like this for practicality, do you? Although you do get a little bit of space down there. Quite a few Meguiar's products. I'd imagine Meguiar's paint protection and cleaning products, etc, etc. Got Meguiar's plates made up. This person might actually be sponsored by Meguiar's or work for them. Either way, a very fancy car. Yellow hat board, stands out very well in there. Next up is an Audi TT. I think these things share a lot of components with the Volkswagen Golf. I mean, it would make sense really, especially when Volkswagen own so many different car brands that they share bits between different brands. Huge spoiler on the back. Really like the curvy shape of these actually at the back. I think they look good. Aftermarket wheels, 5-spoke or stud even, not spoke, plenty of spokes on there as you can see. Sporty. D-badge look as well. Renault Clio RS. Of course rivals things like the Ford Fiesta ST, of course, just like that one over there, Polo GTI. Nice little cars these, 2015 reg this one. Has this one got the flappy paddles? It does. It's got a flappy paddle gear change on this one. This car's powered by a 1.6 litre turbo engine, and of course, as I said already, it has the automatic gearbox, and that was quite controversial at the time because many people preferred manual gearboxes, especially in their sportier cars. What I like about it though is they've tried to make it look somewhat three-door-ish. Of course you can't quite do that with a five-door car, but the handle integrated quite nicely into there, the lines. It'll look better with a slightly longer front door, but you can't have everything. Carbon fibre styled boot badge. I like this generation of Clio a lot actually, really do. Renault just nailed it. So this Abarth Punto, it's a genuine Abarth Punto, but it's been made into a race spec car. Have a look, slick tyres on there, obviously not road legal, this one's been trailered here today. They've just started it up, it's got a racing exhaust, I'd imagine straight through. This comes from Southgate Motorsport, by the way. Been given permission to open the doors as well, just have a little look inside, obviously not get in and drive it away. Not that careless, but we just have a look. Pedal box, digital display, of course that wouldn't be standard. Abarth gear knob, bucket seat, full racing harness, producing about 200 horsepower, about 1,000 kilos in weight. So I was talking to the guys just over there. They're saying you take as much out and you have to put as much back in basically for safety regs. So the roll cage obviously got to be very tough in the case that you roll the car, but it also naturally with toughness it adds weight. We have a look at the door cards. They've been replaced with carbon fibre ones, obviously to add some lightness, and also these door handles. You might think the holes in there would be for styling, but no, it's just to add lightness to the car. Might have metal in there that you don't need. And of course the window, little sliding window just there. Maybe not showing up too well on camera, but you can get the general idea. Haven't quite showed that enough. The door is a lot lighter than I first thought. Yeah, really liking the colours in this one. Sort of lime green, grey bodywork. Lovely all-round car. I really like this.
Thanks for the tea and cake.
We are now inside the hub. And here's what's in here. A Volkswagen Beetle. Slightly ratty look to this one. Lovely little details. Little Tykes car up there on the roof next to a rally chopper. There's quite a few rally choppers here actually. Modified little Tykes car there with the trailer. Really like that. Not quite sure what this moped is, and it is a moped because it's both petrol powered and pedal powered. Little kids ride on car. Soapbox type vehicle just down there at the back. And this is probably the most interesting vehicle here actually. This, if memory serves correctly, is a Kubelwagen, which were used by the Nazis in World War II to move about. The Kubelwagen, of course, being based off the Volkswagen platform, because yes, believe it or not, this shape is that old. It goes all the way back to the 40s, no, sorry, even the 30s. But yes, here, just have a look at that. Yellow lights for the win. Badging on there. Suitably coloured as well. And we are now back at the Mini, which means it's the end of the show. Been plenty of cars here, lots of variety. If you haven't made your way down to a Driven 24/7 meet before, you should. They are very good. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, leave a like. There we go, you see my thumb there. Comment down below, let me know which was your favourite car here, and of course don't forget to subscribe for more car-based content. That's it from me for this week. Thanks very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. So until the next one, farewell.